Hello everyone, my name is Christopher Wagner. I'll be going over long distance running. First, let's start with the 2 out of 5 physical fitness that we'll be using towards and targeting towards long distance running. First, let's start with muscular endurance. To achieve the required muscular endurance to be successful in your sport, you need to do the right training. With specific training movements and workouts, you will help build muscular endurance through a combination of full body, core, weight, and cardiovascular exercises. An athlete who achieves peak muscular endurance through proper training can overcome even inherited muscular deficiencies to find success in his or her chosen sport. Next, cardio endurance or cardiovascular endurance. Cardiovascular endurance is important for long distance running because it helps to boost the supply of oxygen in the body, thus boosting strength. It is measured as the amount of oxygen carried in the blood pumped by the heart to the active muscles. Now, training for the run. If you look closely, I do more than no more than 10% each week. I advance no more than 10% each week. This is a good regimen to go for 9 weeks. Follow this regimen and you will start your way to training for the run. Next, we have the slow twitch muscle fibers. Slow twitch muscle fibers contain a steadier tug and more endurance, despite having motor units with a smaller number of fibers. These muscle fibers are most helpful in activities such as long distance running, biking, and swimming, being they produce more of their energy aerobically. They tire only when their fuel supply is drained. A prime example of this is a long distance runner. These muscles are being used constantly over a long period of time, which requires a steady supply of oxygen to the muscles. These tightly packed mitochondria help the oxidative pathway to get the most amount of oxygen to the muscles over a long period of time. Here's some safety tips for for the run. Well, that's it for long distance running.
Now on to football. More specifically, I chose defensive backs, like cornerback safeties. Examples of it would be like Richard Sherman or Ed Reed. The three physical fitness that they use would be muscular endurance, cardiovascular endurance, and flexibility. They use muscular endurance because they're gonna be tackling a lot, and you can't get weak, or else your opponent, their opponent, will over overpower them. So you got to keep fit. Cardiovascular endurance, they run a lot. Defensive backs got to run with the receivers. They got to run to make the tackles. They have to run, make the blitz, cause fumbles, interceptions. If they intercept it, they got to run back. So they need muscular. They need cardiovascular endurance. They use flexibility when it comes to when they need it. Like they go for interception. They got if they got to stretch themselves, they're gonna have to. They get up there. They possibly extend their hands back and diving for tackles. So they have to be pretty flexible in order to do that. Defensive backs use pretty much every part of the body from head to toe. Got the upper body, They use that to navigate to get in front of their opponents, and their opponents are gonna try and hit them. So they have to keep the upper body strong. So workouts takes muscular. They have muscular endurance. Their lower body helps them make the tackle. Their power comes from their legs. They push off from the ground to get the tackle. I know this. We speak from experience playing football. Defensive backs in the NFL's workout routines consist of a lot of things. You have goes from power cleans to squats, back squats, to pulling sleds with weights on, without weights, and basically just going onto the field and running cone exercises, like running once in one cone, adjusting yourself, running back. All this helps them become a better defensive player. So what I'd say is their goal is to become the best in agility, power, balance, speed, reaction time, coordination. If they can constantly improve, then that makes him an overall better defensive player.
Aloha, my name is Zane, and I will be going over the sport of volleyball with you today. So, volleyball is an anaerobic sport which requires less oxygen from other sports such as long distance running and football. Anaerobic sports usually go through a lot of ATP and fat with lactic acids first. Volleyball is harder on your lower body joints due to all the running, jumping, and physical exertions toward those joints, such as your ankles, knees, and hips. So a lot of the muscles around there should be very well trained, such as the ones I've located in red. Volleyball touches up on 3 out of the 5 physical fitness requirements, such as muscular endurance, body composition, and flexibility. Muscular endurance is exactly what it sounds like, the endurance of muscular. So the contractions of your muscles being repeated over and over again. And volleyball players need this due to the fact that they're always shuffling to their new positions, they're running to the ball, or they're constantly jumping up and down for either spikes or blocks. Volleyball players also need a good body composition, just like I've said in the previous slide, due to the fact that it wear and tears on their knees and ankles and hips. So a lot of the muscles around those joints need to be really strong. It also has a lot to do with flexibility due to the fact that in case of a bad hit, they need to roll back or dive. So that really helps. This is what it looks like for a normal training week regimen. So if you can see that a lot of the warm-ups have to do with the muscles the volleyball players will be using. So around the knee areas, the thighs, the quads, hamstrings, and a lot of the heavy lifting, or not even heavy lifting, but weightlifting that they'll be doing is mostly using medicine balls or dumbbells. Other than that, it's all running, shuffling, and cardio. So we have stuff such as plyometric training, which include all jumping, so box jumps, 2-foot angle hops, split squat jumps, cone jumps, double leg verticals. We also have your weightlifting, which I said, so all the squats, hang clean, military press, dumbbell push press, medicine ball throws, dumbbell forward lunges, and a lot of the speed training, which includes running, so suicides, box drills, 10 to 50 yard sprints, T drills, or 300-yard shuttles. And our main purpose for a volleyball player is covering the 6 skill-related components of physical fitness, so agility, power, reaction time, coordination, balance, and speed. That is basically it for volleyball. Um, for our last slide, we just want to show you the differences between the 5 physical fitness requirements and where they respectively belong within each sport, and we're comparing them with each other. So for long distance running, we said that cardiovascular endurance mostly represents long distance running due to the fact that your legs will be consistently contracting while running. Football would mostly be under muscular strength due to all the force being put upon each player. Volleyball would have to do with flexibility due to numerous amounts of movement. With long distance running and football, muscular endurance would have to be the main physical fitness requirement due to the fact that the time is very long for each game and in football and each distance for long distance running, so that would match up. And between football and volleyball, it would be body composition due to the amount of fat and lean tissue protecting their muscles, body, bones, and joints. We didn't find that there was an equal amount of one physical fitness requirement that fit each sport, so there'd be nothing in the middle. And we also did not find a lot of similarities between long distance running and volleyball due to the fact that one is super aerobic and one is super anaerobic. So I hope this little video has helped you choose which sport you'd like to do. Have a great day. Thank you.